What's up, guys? So we finally made it here. I'm picking up the Model 3 from Nigel. So I'm gonna take it out today. You guys see the i3 back there in the background. I'm gonna take it out today and tell you guys why I think the Model 3 is the best electric car on the market right now. When I worked at Tesla, it was one of the best kept secrets that the Model S wasn't the car. The Model 3 was actually the best car that we sold at Tesla. So I'm gonna take you out today and show you guys why it's the best car with the newest technology. All right, guys, so we got the car fully charged now. We're gonna go ahead and check out Neptune's Net today. I'm gonna take the car on the drive and kind of go over some of the basics of the Model 3, why I personally like the Model 3, and again, why I think it's probably the best new electric car that you can buy. One of the biggest secrets, again, at Tesla was that the Model 3 was the best car. It wasn't the most expensive car we had or anything like that, but it really was the car with the newest technology and one of the best cars that Tesla offered. So I'm explaining to you guys why it's the best, why it kills everything else, and why you should grab a Tesla Model 3 if you're in the market for a car that's electric. So the way this charge port works is when you see it green, the car is fully charged. Now, normally it'll either be blue for charging or white to release. Currently I'm using the little adapter here, so you can see there's actually an adapter on the end of the charger right here. So first thing is the little charge port here. I'll go ahead and release it. Make sure you take off your adapter as well. Now what you'll notice here is that that's how it looks. Go ahead and close it. One cool thing about the Tesla that I haven't really seen with any other car is that the charge port is integrated in to kind of look like it's all just part of the car. Every car I've ever seen really has a fuel door, and I'm sure somebody's gonna tell me a car that doesn't, but it's really clean how the side of the Tesla is when you realize that there's no fuel door on the side of the car. So the next thing we would do is we would show people how to use the door handles. These are interesting door handles. They're kind of sleek. They're a little bit different. The main trick to these door handles, I always forget, people don't know, is to take your thumb, press it on the large part here, and just pull like that. So just press your thumb on the large part, and that's how you open the door handles. As you'll see when you're going down the car, there are cameras down the side of the car. So camera there, camera there, there's cameras in the front, windshield here. So the car does use a camera system all the way around. This is all the Generation 2 cars. You'll see the Generation 1 Model S's do not have the cameras all the way around the side. But all the Generation 2 cars, one of the easiest ways for me to tell is by seeing this camera here on the middle pillar. That helps with autopilot and now helps with Sentry mode and other features as well that the car has. All right, so right now we're using the autopilot suite. This is the full autopilot suite. The cameras that I was talking about earlier are what's controlling the car right now. So the car is recognizing the different cars and trucks around it, recognizing how close they are to us, and it's making determinations of how fast or slow the car should go based on what it sees around. Right now, this system is a little bit different from some of the other systems. The Cadillac system has you looking forward, and it recognizes that you're looking forward to pay attention. This system here, though, makes me apply steering force to the steering wheel. So right there, it just asks me to make sure that I'm touching the steering wheel, and that's how the car knows that I'm paying attention. If you want to slow down or speed up, it's just like a regular cruise control function. I'm just going to scroll up or down on the wheel here, and depending on if the car in front of me gives enough space, that's how the car will know if it can go to that maximum speed or not. But besides that, I mean, Tesla has the most advanced autopilot suite. All right, so we're finally in the canyons now, and I'm getting to play around a little bit with the Model 3. The car's quick. Being an electric car, it has instant power. So the second I hit the gas, the car's power hits in, and I really love that about the car. Unfortunately, the brake pedal is just a little bit too stiff on the car. So it doesn't give me that confidence when I go into a turn that the car is going to be able to cut the speed fast enough. One of my favorite cars I've ever driven is the Subaru STI, and one of the reasons that car was so fast and I was able to drive so fast in that car was because I was so confident that the car could slow down. And when you're in a car where the confidence isn't there with the brake pedal, it makes it hard to drive the car fast. And that's one thing that I see that the Tesla Model 3 is missing, especially versus the BMWs, the Mercedes. You know, this isn't the performance, so it's not an AMG or M competitor, but the car is just missing a little bit of that refined nature of the guys who've been here a little bit longer, the BMW, the Mercedes. I think if the brake pedal was just a little bit better, this car would be leaps and bounds above where it is right now. But either way, the car feels great in the canyons. The steering is good, it's tight, it's pretty quick. It's not BMW where I feel like I can feel every pebble in the road, but the steering's good. It just feels a little bit video gamey. It feels a little bit like a computer. But besides that, the car's doing great in the canyons. I love the car. It's a fun car to drive. It's faster than almost anything else out here. Cool, guys. So we made it here to the little canyon here in Malibu, and we're about to head to Neptune's Net to finish off our drive. I wanted to go over the front trunk of the Model 3 here. So the front trunk is going to be only able to be opened through the actual screen on the inside of the car. But inside of the front trunk here is a little section that's separate from the rest of the car. So it's somewhere that you can actually put your groceries or food or things like that, and you won't have to smell them on the inside of the car. One reason that the Model 3 has such a high safety rating in terms of crash tests is having this little area here where there's normally a motor. You're actually going to be able to get a little bit of crash protection in that area. So let's go around here to the back of the trunk, or back of the car, and the trunk in the back. There's actually a pretty good amount of space on the inside of this compartment here, and then there's more space underneath here. So you actually do have a good amount of trunk space in the car. Cool, guys. So the styling on the Model 3 is kind of polarizing. Like, for me, I really like it. It's kind of a really sloped shooting design there. It has kind of become in Southern California a little bit of like the new Prius, kind of the nicer Prius as a result. Everybody seems to have this car, but it's a beautiful car. I really like the shape. Cool, guys. So to the interior of the car here, I really like this leather interior. So it's not actually leather, it's a faux leather interior. And Elon made a big point of making sure that all the materials in this car are very sustainable. So the material is very easy to clean. Even with the white interior, we've had kids have bloody noses, and you can just wipe it down with a wet paper towel. So very easy to clean, and the material doesn't look bad. If you notice some of the older Model S's, the leather interior that they had on the Model S starts to look really bad. It starts to crack. It starts to just not look like a good interior anymore. This interior holds up a little bit better than that. So this is one reason I like the Model 3 interior better than I like the Model S interior. The next thing you'll notice is the vents. So most cars would have air conditioning vents over here. Instead, this car has one vent seamlessly across the dash, as you can see there. So that one vent is controlled on screen, where you guys can actually edit how you want the vents to go from the screen there. So it's actually pretty nice. All right, guys, so today's the last day with the Tesla Model 3. You know, I didn't go over all the features of the car. I'm sure everyone in the world has a million reviews out here of the Model 3. It was more about the driving experience. The car's a blast to drive. It's more fun to drive than the i3 for many reasons. And honestly, it's a great buy. If you're looking for a fun car for the average driver, something that you're gonna wanna drive every day, I mean, I'm definitely gonna have to go with the Model 3. Is it a great performance car? No, it's still not as refined as the BMW counterparts and Mercedes counterparts and all those cars like that. But the Model 3 is fun to drive. But come on, let's be serious. With the acceleration, with the cost, and just the value of how much the car holds value, I mean, you can't go wrong with the Model 3. It's blasting everyone else out of the water, and it's a really smart buy. So, guys, hope you enjoyed that. Like, subscribe, and I'll have the i8 coming up next.